sure the main event, that's the most exciting match on the card by far for me, because it's Tye Ruotolo versus Craig Jones, right? And we saw against Tackett how Tye had such good dives from top to take the back when he was when Tackett was attacking heel hooks. So I feel like, will he be able to dive on Craig? Will Craig have an answer to the dives? I feel like Craig's entries for the heel hooks are going to be a little different this match, so he doesn't expose the dive. So I'm excited to see how Craig plans on like stopping Tye from doing the dives with the heel hooks. If he's planning on heel hooking Tye, I'm excited to see how Tye plans on not exposing his legs. And both guys are just going to do pure jiu-jitsu and fight. So I'm going to finish fighting, and immediately, win or lose, I'm going to run over to the screen and start watching that final fight. I'm so excited about that match.
I believe Craig's going to come in full force and sit down and for sure look for Tye's leg. Just basically trying everything he has to clasp onto one of his legs. And I think it's very likely that he does get on the leg on Tye pretty early, but I believe Tye has the technique to find his way. He's not going to panic and just kind of watch it happen. I feel like Tye's going to have the technique to maneuver around it and then eventually start putting the pressure, getting him tired, and advancing. Eventually, hopefully getting the submission, but definitely advancing and passing, I think, for sure.
I'm excited for the main event. I want to see Tye versus Craig. First off, Craig, I didn't realize how fucking big Craig was. I've been around him in person a couple times. I was looking at him this time, like, holy shit, he's a big guy. And Tye is one of the most exciting people to watch in jiu-jitsu. Those kids are fucking incredible. So it's going to be good. I do think that Craig is going to end up tapping him out, because I don't think he'll be able to, like, again, same thing with Ronaldo. I just don't think he'll be able to out-scramble when he gets fully locked down in some of those positions, but I don't think he's going to get tapped out as easily as Ronaldo did. I think that it's going to be like an exciting match. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
I know Craig. I've trained with him a couple times. I see what he's doing. He's a stud, man. He's been submitting everybody. So I think that kid is going to have a hard time with him, you know? I mean, not for nothing, Craig is deceptively strong. He doesn't look as strong as he feels, you know? And I'm not saying the guy looks like a pud, but he felt way stronger than I thought he would be, you know? And I've trained with some really strong guys.
It's a good matchup, especially after seeing Tye go up against William Tackett, Philippe Andrew. He's been subbing a lot of heavier black belts. It's going to be a good one. I've been training with Craig. He's got a good game plan too. He's prepared. You know, he's also done his homework. We know where Tye is strong. I faced Tye too, so I was able to give him a bit of insight, like what he's good at, what it felt like. So it's going to be a good match too. You know, you can't count Tye out by any means. The guy is young, hungry, experienced. He's been at the highest level at a very young age, so you got to be ready.
Those are two tough opponents, two tough guys there. So I'm like, ooh, I want to see what's going to happen in there. You know, I've seen Craig Jones just submitting everyone very, very fast on the leg locks games. And I've also seen Tye Ruotolo fighting on the previous matches, you know, and he's been dodging the leg attacks and also attacking the leg locks too. So I'm expecting a lot to see this fight happening.
I'm definitely looking forward to the Tye fight. I like to see every time they come out something new and you just take notes, you know. I think it's going to be a quick finish or it's going to be a really gritty fight, which I've always loved. So even if it's gritty and it goes the whole time frame, but they're going at it, I'm like super happy with that.
Tye is super young, but I'm bringing an anomaly, you know, both brothers are, and, you know, Craig is Craig, so I think it's going to be a very exciting match, and, you know, I don't know which way it'll go. It's going to be exciting, though.
Of course, we have Junie with the leg locks, but then Mikey looking so good in the last one, and then that's a super fun match, honestly. I think I'm leaning slightly towards Mikey just because of I just seen him growing up, competing so much, and he's been a beast. But, you know, Junie you can't count out, so that's a sick one for sure. Junie and Mikey I'm super excited for. That's going to be a sick match. You know, I remember, you know, I think it was like 3 years ago. I think when I first started to do like jiu-jitsu competitions, like into the adult level of like, I was 80 cc East Coast trials, and I remember seeing Junie there, and I remember being so scared of him because his leg locks are so sick, and his back takes and his scrambles, and you know, he's since then gotten so much better. So I think it's going to be a great match, and I'm really looking forward to that one.
Mikey's looked on fire of late. It's pretty cool. He used to be the Birimbolo IBJJF expert. Now he's translated that sort of ability to perfect techniques, and he's taken it into no-gi grappling. And his performance against Lucas Pinheiro was impressive because Lucas was #1. But I will say, Lucas based on his competition performances, I would say that based on the rule sets he competes in, potentially had a vulnerability to heel hooks, and we saw that be exposed by Mikey. I would say we're going to get a much better indication into Mikey's level of heel hooks by his match against Junior Casio, because Junior's been competing in this rule set for much, much longer. He might not be as well known, or he might not be as credentialed as Lucas Pinheiro, but in the specific rule set of basically submission-only grappling, Junior has a lot more experience than Lucas Pinheiro did.
Mikey's fucking awesome. He's one of my favorite people ever. I think he's going to do just fine, Nogi, because he just has that competitive mindset, and he has that drive and that ability to analyze technique and break things down and figure out the meta. And you know, it's not going to be any different for the Nogi. He's just going to have to spend some time working on specific aspects of his game. But he trains for like 10 hours a day drilling. So it's like what would take someone 2 years is going to take him 2 months. So he's going to do fine. He's going to murder everyone.
Yeah, so I'm super interested in Micael Galvao versus Oliver Taza, right? I think that match is going to be crazy because Oliver Taza with his heel hooks, you know, Micael Galvao is like so upcoming and like has so much potential. So we'll see like how those exchanges happen, like what Micael Galvao is working to stop the heel hook game, what Oliver Taza is working to set it up and enter into the heel hooks, you know. Like for me as a fan, like I'm really excited to see those exchanges.
Because me and Taza are obviously both facing teenagers on this event, but Mike's potential is pretty unbelievable at this point. I think he's only ever lost maybe 1 or 2 grappling matches on record. We saw how good Micael looked against Andrew Tackett. Again, we didn't see Andrew Tackett play a very leg-heavy game, and that's what we're going to see Oliver Taza play in this match. We're really going to get a good insight into how good is Micael Galvao's heel hook defense, because as far as I can see, we haven't really seen it yet. And Taza being one of the best heel hookers in the world, we're really going to see where his defensive skill set is at.